Alright, hello ladies and gents, welcome back once again to some more VRML pre-season. Got some Echo Arena action. A lot of it tonight in fact, because right about now, there are 3 different matches set to begin in the same time slot. So, you're here with me today on VRML 2. Welcome! But just as well, we got a match going on VRL 1. And VRML 3. That's right, there is in fact a third channel if you weren't aware. Has not had to be used much, but no, we haven't had 3 matches stacked up like this at the same time too much, so hey. But for us here on this channel, I'm Palidore. I'm doing your casting and camera duties for this match of Rush versus ReeVspawn. So that'll be good and fun. Over on channel 1, I believe it's Orbit versus Rampage, if I'm correct. And then on channel 3, would be Illuminati Ironic? That sounds right. In any case. Just waiting on some players to get in here. Currently, only have 4 players in the server with us. And there's a 5th one now. So, getting right along the way there. Be off in no time. I say this quite often, and usually I'm right. But yeah, hope everyone is having themselves a good evening, a good week. Been quite a busy day, I suppose, on VRML's end. Which is not a complaint, believe me. Although, that being said, we do only have the 1 match scheduled for Saturday. So Friday, we've had, in total by the end of the night, we'll have played, or we'll have had 9 matches on the schedule. And then tomorrow, it's only 1 match. That's going to be Team Nova there, I believe, playing against, Carbonite tomorrow at 9:30 Central. But then on Sunday, we have 12 games. Well, 12 matches. How does that work? 9 on Friday, 1 on Saturday, and then 12 on Sunday. Oh boy. All weighted towards the beginning and the end of the weekend. But we'll try and cast as many of those as we can. Whether we'll be able to get all of them or not, to be determined. But we'll certainly try. And it'll be starting off at 11 a.m. Central Time on Sunday, that is, with Smash Dash versus Team Gravity. Tutorial and I will be casting that, and Wit will be there on cams. That one's bound to be a really good match, and following that one, an hour later, it's Team Gravity versus Backlash. Another good one. We also have Smash Dash versus Quackheads, and then Calamity versus Quackheads. Now, Calamity is a team that we just saw earlier in the day in the European region. They made their season debut, and their league debut for that matter, in VRML, and they were extremely effective. It's a team full of pretty veteran players, granted not ones who've played on the same teams in the past. But, oh, and speaking of, now it looks like we have everyone in the match, so gonna ping these teams that they can start off whenever they would like. Granted, they're kind of mixed up, their teams right now. You got half of ReeVspawn on orange and then half of Rush on orange, so a little bit of confusion. Okay, so just pinging those teams. Anyway, we'll get into this really quickly here. But yeah, what was I saying? Calamity. Calamity, quite impressive debut there. They got the Mercy wins over the course of the 3 rounds. And really impressed me, though, their passing game. They had very patient offense. Their passes were crisp. They were right on point seemingly every single time. So it was definitely an impressive debut. On that team they had the Niles, Ambient, as well as Infiltrate, and Troy VR. So all players who have played previously in that competition. Okay, so we'll transition over to the gameplay just momentarily. Team's just about ready and set to go. Get a look at them at least, if nothing else. Kaznaz just fidgeting right now. Waiting for the match to begin, just like myself. See, I have a gamepad to fidget with. I can do this and make you sick if you're watching the stream. Sorry about that. But yeah, just getting ready. ReeVspawn will be, or should be, over on the blue team there. And on Rush, they'll be on orange. Late Toast, Juke, Dip, and a dual game. Dual game, I do believe, a sub for Rush today. Pretty sure he's on the sub list. And for ReeVspawn, it's Vex, Kaznaz, Levity, and Bidman. Wait, well, okay, that doesn't make sense. So we do have an extra player. The dual game is a sub. I do know that. But Death Creeps, I'm pretty sure, is on Rush. So I think maybe they needed a sub and don't anymore? Is that what's going on here? Who knows? Haven't really gotten into much in the way of communication yet from these teams in terms of there's problems, so until I hear otherwise. So far in the season, Rush still looking for their first win. They've had their competitive match with Systematic Failure over on November 15th. Remember that one was super entertaining. Extremely brawl heavy too, if I recall. That one had something like 200 plus combined punches across the team. A lot of brawls going on. There was a game-winning situation towards the end of the second round, I want to say it was. I think that was the night that Redrumba was subbing for Systematic, if I'm correct, and he had himself a game winner in round 2. If I'm wrong, though, no surprise, I guess. Try to remember what I can, but at this point, over the course of 2.5 weeks now, I've casted something like 55 matches. So that's an awful lot to remember at once. But usually I remember a lot of the good moments, the highlight moments. I'd like to think anyway. I could be totally off base here. Whatever the case, happy to do it, happy to be here, and glad that you guys are joining me. Here, I'll just ping the Rush at least and kind of see what the deal is. Because their whole team is there, but they have the extra players. So that's what's confusing a little bit.
All right. We'll ready up. I guess.
I really don't know why he's stuck going there. I think he left and didn't realize the game didn't close.
Oh shit. Classic.
Yeah, he said he's sick, so he's gonna have to switch over to sub. But I don't know if he left or not. Maybe it's just a glitch in his body's just.
Okay, he's been kicked for inactivity. We're good. Let's go.
Okay, well now they got... I mean, you heard that yourselves on the stream, so I don't need to really repeat, but there we go. I'm going to say the teams weren't quite in the right place, but now we look lined up and ready to go, and I'm happy. So these teams can certainly ready up when they want. Well, I already pinged them as much anyway. So, okay, there we go. off into the races finally. After that brief delay, our apologies. Thanks for bearing with us. And well, here we go, ladies and gents. ReeVspawn, Rush. ReeVspawn coming off their first win as well last week and trying to build up on that momentum as we speak. Looks like late Toast is there, but Kaznaz just as well. And Levity with that retrieval, backing it out. Going to sail past his initial teammate, but luckily in the back it's Vidman. Finds another pass up top to the tunnel area where Kaznaz awaits. A deep cross on over. And now one more pass. Vex going in. A tough one. Trying to be rebounded by Levity and cannot get it done. Good little attempt though as some brawls go through on the goalies and on the other end. Retrieve there. Trying to send a pass over. Vex missing the catch. Levity is going to be there as well as Dip the punch out rather, and Levity backs it out. So pass up to the shoulder, one more to the opposite shoulder, and shrugging their shoulders is ReeVspawn as they go on the board for the first 2 of this round and this game. That's Vex there with the assisted pass from Vidman. And, oh yeah, here, this is a little late, but I'll throw it in anyways. Boom! Round 1. Are you impressed yet? Anyway, off to the sidewall it will go. Kaznaz the retrieval. Just briefly, actually, dual game trying to contest, and he does so fairly well, but it's still going to be taken by ReeVspawn. Levity with a grab. And the Patience dancing on the floor. Doing some tap dances. And then in the back line, trying to contest, death creeps, and successfully as a deep clear goes. Actually, maybe a shot opportunity. It's going to be close. Woo! And that was dangerous. But still through with the rebound and the attempted clear. But back to death creeps now for Rush. Rush trying to make a rush at goal, but being rushed instead by a trio of defenders. Vex getting the clear. Now looking for the boost. Very nice quick one there from Rush. It's going to be dual game the intercept. And he's going to try and find the clear, but a pair of bounces will kind of ruin that idea for him. But luckily, Dip is still there as well. Loses his grip, finds death creeps. And now back to the corner pocket. Another little pile-up forming here. Need to give themselves some passing lanes and nothing else. And they're attempting to, I think, but just not able to fast enough. So maybe another turnover situation as another pile-up develops. Now Duel's going to come away from it. That quick stack from ReeVspawn on the attack. Able to get the disc as a result. Very nice speed from ReeVspawn. That was speed v-spawn. That was bad. But anyways, they're going to go on the attack again. Try and recollect. Vex will get there. And find a bit of a balancey clear. Now Kaz now will go into the back line with a tap. And finds the late Toast in the back. That's Rush there. Juke Live. Hello, welcome to the chat. Sorry you're sick. Thanks for tuning in. Watch your team here. Did not remove the logos, no. They only appear on like the intro screen and the scoreboard scene between rounds and stuff like that. But they don't actually appear on the current overlays during the game. Maybe something we can add in the future. I don't know. Now, I wasn't given any updated logo from Rush. I do have like the work in progress one from last week, so hopefully that one's okay. But yes, so it will float off. Vidman's hands for ReeVspawn. On the other end, it's Death Creeps though. Nice intercept, and he finds that perfect clear down mid. He's gonna sail deep into there, and on the stack, very close to turning into a shot. But Levity will grab that for his team. And you can see the nice pass spacing from ReeVspawn. They had a back pass available, as well as one up top towards the bow tie area. But now, looking for some more speed here, coming in fast, Kaznaz, and it goes in for the shot. So another 2 points, but they had to work hard for it with another 3 minutes off the clock since that last score. A good defense and contesting from Rush, but ReeVspawn will go up by a pair of goals, that is. So launching out now, late Toast will get that one. Dip's going to hang back on the nest. Meanwhile, Duel trying to find the pass. Duel offering his substitute duties. for Rush today, so appreciate that. In place of, well, the sick Juke, as we see him over there in Twitch chat. Not fun being sick. Why I stay indoors all the time. I figure if it's just me at home, then I'm not going to get sick. The positives of being a hermit, yeah? Kaznaz going to find a pass. Ooh, gets into the hands of Levity, and what a shot off that bounce. That was a very unlikely bounce. It reaches the hands of Levity, and he uses gravity to his advantage to land that down below. So 6 points on the board now, about halfway through this first round. 2 apiece for Vex, Kaznaz, and Levity. So nice, even effort there. And a good pass. That's intercepted, though, by Kaznaz. Now he's going to go for that bounce shot. It looks good, and it will be good. Kaznaz, zero hesitation on that one. That was a gorgeous shot right out the turnover. Just the steal and the shot, one fluid motion. Looked very comfortable on that one. I know for me, even to this day, that's a shot that I'm okay at, but I'll still hesitate on it. I won't take it if I don't have to. I don't know. I just can't read those ceiling shots as well as I would like, must admit. But there's a lot of players who can hit those with incredible consistency. And Kaznaz, apparently one of them. Now for Rush, they're going to back off into this goal. Death Creep's just sitting there as the reapproach comes from Kaznaz. He's going to look for that cross pass. And sails past Vidman and into the hands of Late. Late toast with the disc, with some brawls as well. Now good boost, but oh, they just missed the regrab, so maybe Late Toast can get a punch here. He does, but on the other end, the faster recovery, unfortunately for ReeVspawn. That was some excellent midline brawling and stack attempts from Rush. Unfortunately, they just weren't able to get that stack, the regrabs on the boosting. So that shot is going to be deep in there for Kaznaz, and it was Levity bothering the goalie there for Rush. I know ReeVspawn is one of those teams. I've seen them in pretty much all their games now that they've played. They do like to go for that goalie assault where they'll punch out the goalie and then take a three-point shot from outside that bubble. And they coordinate it very well. And I guess it shouldn't be a surprise because these guys are champions of combat, so we know they have experience as a team. And certainly plays like that require a lot of teamwork, so they make it work. But now as the disc floats off into the bottom pocket there, Duel is going to try and take it back for his team. Snatched right back by Kaznaz. So now it's a game of stacks. Both teams doing a great job to get there, but a little bit quicker to the punch is going to be ReeVspawn. Kaznaz, ooh, look at that dodge down to Levity, but cannot convert on the shot. And now rebound to Death Chaos. Will try for the clear, and it bounces gently off into that tunnel. And nice punch out there off the stack, actually. So Rush here, maybe a scoring opportunity if they can recover fast. Oh, but Kaznaz a little bit quicker. Now, Dip will get that. Another nice clear, but look at the stacks right now from ReeVspawn. They are very quick. Now, Rush has been good on looking for some of them, but seems that ReeVspawn just a bit quicker on finding those stacks and getting the regrabs, importantly. Actually looking for the shot. Vex now. Didn't even think he had an angle, but goes to show what I know because he made that with, well, some prowess. That was a good shot from Vex. He finds himself now with 5 points. Now you can see there too, I was mentioning the good brawls from Rush. They are leading the way in that category individually. I mean, they have 3 different players with double-digit punches. But now the score attempt off the turnover. Kaznaz will recover and should be able to line this one up. Actually, one last pass, but Levity was punched out nicely. So speaking of the brawls from Rush, they're doing another good job. The same thing that I saw from their the matches earlier. The previous weeks, especially against Systematic Failure, they were very, very good on the brawling end. Certainly just doing more of that here tonight versus ReeVspawn. Unfortunately, just have not been able to convert it into points on the other end, and that's largely because ReeVspawn's faster stacks. I think that's the big factor here, as well as those nice passes as Vex goes for another one assisted by Kaznaz. Between the passes and especially the stacks, ReeVspawn is able to recover off a lot of these missed opportunities, or even when Rush is getting good clears and getting good defense going. Seems like ReeVspawn is always there first to actually find the disc again and have another attempt at the offense. So late toast, a nice pass into the tunnel. Q being for his team, and the second pass trying to deliver it over there to late toast, and late toast looking for one more, but that will wind down this round in favor of ReeVspawn. So first round will go to them.
Also, why didn't you choose like a
17-0.
Because I tell you, I'm suffering.
Oh,
Where
is
you
this
at?
not a central?
I'm east.
It should be central.
I have 100
it's
things.
west. My bad.
Yeah, we're on west.
So taking a look at the stats there, it's Kazan has a high score, 8 points, Vex the 7, and Levity 2. 3 assists going to Kazan, so not only the high score, but just dishing like a chef, assisting all of his teammates there to get them on the board as well. And then 17 stuns, also the game high. That was actually the same case for ReeVspawn's last match. Kaznaz was lead basically in every category just about for the most of that match. So he's kind of coming out again with some fire and showing it. Meanwhile, on Rush's side, we have one save apiece for late toast and death creeps, and plenty of punches for everyone on their team. 12, 7, 13, and 13.
So are we
But-
just leaving then, or what?
But in any case, those sounds like they're discussing maybe server switches. We'll see here. Well, not sure what they're doing here. I mean, if they want to discuss a quick... Teams are allowed timeouts once per match, per series, so wanted to take a timeout or something and mutually switch servers, that's fine. Up to them. I would just need another invite, but seems as if they're going to play on this one for the meantime, so Kaznaz is going to get that to a ReeVspawn. I should note that hopefully... Oh, I should get back to the gameplay, shouldn't I? My bad. But anyways, hopefully soon-ish we might be getting ourselves that Chicago Central server. Like, it'll just be the default server, period, for North American games, or at least private matches and stuff. Haven't heard anything new yet, but I know that was being talked about. And supposedly, a nice shot there, going in on a couple defenders, is Levity for ReeVspawn. I know it was an idea that was kind of toyed around with, and it sounded like it was going to come at some point, so the hope is that it does. So as far as these discussions about servers and finding central hosts and things like that, hopefully once the Chicago server comes, if and when, it won't be quite as much of an issue. Ooh, Kaznaz now. Nice steal there in the tunnel. He's going to come away with it. Late toast the contest. Getting it to Vex. Vex the shot, but off the mark. Kaznaz rebounding. And one more shot attempt. Maybe a pass attempt even, but looks like Levity was trying to go for the stuns on the goalie. You can see Dip here just trying to dip in and out and avoid being punched out. Heavily contested, and now getting Levity as Dip. But still with the disc is ReeVspawn. They have a pass over to Nest. It's going to be contested by Dual Game, so down low it goes. And nice dive from Dip, doing exactly what he needed to do there to find the clear. But kind of as I said earlier, right, is even when Rush is causing these great turnovers and playing good defense, it's ReeVspawn who ends up getting back first because of their stacks. But Death creeps, creeping on up, and is going to have something to say about that, and he scores for the first 2 points there for Rush. Well done. That was a nice rush on the QB, the disc holder. Took a hold of that disc himself, and then put it on the shelf for their first 2. Well played by Death Creeps. And just as well on the other end, it was Dip, well played on the defense. Because it was his dive that bought them the turnover off the clear, and, well, you know the rest. Late toast now, so another turnover possibly. Kaznaz will find it. It sails back into the wedge area, sidewall now. And nice contest there. Good quick stack from Rush. Now down low it will go. Vex the opportunity. And Dip unable to save that. It looked like he was a little bit high. It seemed like Vex was coming from down below, and Dip was way up here. So taking advantage of that angle was Vex off the assist from Kaznaz, just recognizing the open space at the feet. Now granted, I have seen some goalies, don't get me wrong, there are some goalies who absolutely will bait that on purpose. Like they will leave an area of the goal that looks super exposed, but they'll be actually fully ready to dive on it and compensate. So there are some goalies who do bait that kind of thing, but now, no bait there. It was just sending out the fishing line for Dip, basically, and no bait necessary. He got the score, and that's to the tune of 4. 4 points, that is, tied up for Rush and ReeVspawn. So that's one of the things, anyway, going back to what I was talking about on baiting those shots as a goalie, is that obviously, as an offender on offense, your eyes will tell you one thing. You look at a goal and you look at a goalie in there and be like, okay, well, his body's covering this and this. But you got to remember, too, as the shot comes out, just dinging. Maybe the putback, but slapped out nicely by Dip. That was great. But you got to remember, the legs aren't actually tracked, so it's kind of misleading. But leading that into the goal is Levity. Good pass there from Vex. So yeah, there are times where it might look like, if you're thinking with a real-life brain, you're like, well, I can't possibly shoot at their feet or their legs because their body's blocking it. But it's like, nope. You can shoot right through there, no problem. They can't kick it. Yet, anyways. Now, the day that leg tracking, foot tracking comes and you can actually start playing these games and something like Echo Arena where you could save with your feet or your body even with body tracking. How interesting would that be? That would change defense so much. But now losing touch on the disc will be ReeVspawn, so Death Creep's coming through with it. It goes right back to him off the bounce, but it's going to be a turnaround into Vex's hands. Now the back line just sailing past. Over there's Dip trying to play it. He still might get there, but quickly on the approach, it's Levity, and now turning it over. The result 4-3, it's Vex Z. I've been told it's just Vex, not Vex Z, but I had to work in the rhyme, you see. So the Z was necessary. Look at me. Anyway, right now it is Vex, speaking of the man, leading the way with 12 at this juncture. So overtaking Kaznaz in the points total now after that first round and just putting in some work of his own. Now the pressured pass getting to the hands of Vex. Speaking of the guy, and sailing past into the other end as some stacks come on out. Now recovering that one at the other end. And going for the 2-point shot, Kaznaz. That'll be the 11th point for ReeVspawn in this second round matchup. So for Flare, or for Rush, I don't know why I said Flare. One of those single word short names, right? And shout out to Flare though. One of the more entertaining teams to cast, certainly. But nonetheless, Rush trying to come back and find something on this attack. They've gotten a couple points on the board, and actually a couple more. Ooh, I thought he was just going to back it out, so I was kind of backed out ready for it. There's a lot of defense draped over Dip. So, hey, that was great on his part. He flew on in with basically wearing defenders as clothing items, but he still got it done. That is 6 points now for Rush. Very nice job. Kaznaz is going to take it and find a quick pass in a timely manner to Vidman. Vidman looking a little too strong on the pass. And now diving out of the goal is Dip. Dip's going to try and reset the late toast. Not quite in the position he expected to be, but will still find the disc just briefly. And testing out here and resetting to the midline. Kaznaz has the disc for ReeVspawn. Gonna go for that shoulder pass. They like that area, and they're gonna take advantage of it again. Vex from the corner. 13 points for ReeVspawn. Rush hanging in there though, with the 6. 2.5 left. This is the second round once again. Seeing some nice stuff. A late toast finds that pass. Gonna be approached on quickly by Vex, and the turnover, perhaps it will be. Nice tap on over. Contested by Death Creeps. Nice awareness on the defense, playing those lanes. Now that one almost a turnover. Going to float back into the hands of Death Creeps. Death Creeps up by the shoulder, looking for a cross pass, but no cutters available. It is duel game down there. Dueling, brawling. But now free falling, and the disc will go for the clear now. So it's just a matter of boost. You can see boost coming in from ReeVspawn. They had the first stack, they have the second stack, they have that first attack. They're coming back and now on a second attack. Will it be? No, off the money. But still, maybe a third time for the charm. Kaznaz trying to do some harm, but harming him instead. Dual game the brawls. He's had some good ones. And another missed shot. So many close opportunities. Cannot capitalize. So great defense, though, from Rush. Forcing it on out of there. The other end trying to contest some. Dual game, another brawl. And a steal. Duel all over the floor right now. Now he will lose the disc, unfortunately, to the pair of defenders. But Duel, what a nice sequence from him. And again on the grab. Wow. All over the floor is Dual game on that play, end to end. See if he can just get back and make something happen off of it. Vidman's going to be there. Needs to be contested. Oh, but misses a shot. Another ding for ReeVspawn. They're getting close, but I think the tough brawling play from Rush is pressuring these shots to be taken a little earlier than they otherwise would want to be taking them. So it's definitely a factor there. Now Vex will take that shot, and finally, again, so almost 2 minutes on that round, and then they'll score. But that was a beautiful series of plays from Rush on defense, on the boost, and Duel. Shout out to him, because he just put his stamp on the arena about 3 or 4 different times in that last minute. And you can see him right there. 31 stuns. That is a game high, so make no mistake. He is getting it done there. So into the pocket. Levity will take that. This match, second round of this match winding down. Vex is going to be pressured by Duel. Looking for one more brawl, and why not? Take your shots, your pot shots. Knocking the disc loose as well as a few teeth at the end of this round is Duel. And although ReeVspawn comes ahead with a series win here in the second round, it was still much tighter knit. Very competitive. That was some nice gameplay from Rush. But ReeVspawn again, 15-6 on that round. Will take it away.
You just got beat by my dad. How do you feel, dude?
Just a quick look at the 2-round collective on the scoreboard. The first one 0-17, but look at that. Hey, round 2, Rush comes through, rebounds after that tough shutout on the other end. And not only in round 2 did they concede less points, only 15 instead of 17, but they also made 6 points. So you're talking an 8-point differential there in total between the rounds, bringing it much closer. So very nice. And by 8-point differential, I just mean combining the shots they saved with the shots they made between the 2 rounds. But it was definitely a much stronger effort there. You love to see it from Rush. Improving every time I watch these guys. Maybe a slower start in that first round, but showing more what they're capable of in that second round. So kudos to them. But now, we will be at the start of this third round, locked and loaded with the 10 minutes on the clock.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here we go. Launch is off and underway. Taken first there by ReeVspawn. It's going to just be floating off into the other end, where eventually Dual Game will take that, clear it lightly, and intercepted right back to Levity. Levity winding, but Duel denying. The punches once again from Duel, a big factor here. Now look at also the rest of Rush. Playing up. Look at that defense. They're cutting off the barrier passes. Trying their best to play this man-on-man defense. Some pass fakes from Levity, and the shot being made. Oh, and it was a 3. I'm surprised. I thought that was just a 2, but he was right on the edge at that 8-meter area. So beautifully done. Levity capitalizing on that, and they went for that aforementioned goalie punch that they pulled out a handful of times. No pun intended. Who am I kidding? Pun intended. But yeah, they've won for that punch a handful of times, and it has brought them a lot of success so far in these matchups. Now that said, Dual Game will receive that one off the bounce and going to Dip's hands off the rebound. Late toast perhaps there. Oh, but just missing, so instead Vex will find a clear. You can hear some of the comms coming out for these teams looking for their boost as they get down the floor. It's going to be taken there by Late Toast. He's going to find, ooh, a strong pass. There was some lightning and thunder on that one. So instead Vex will take it over. And now dishing a pass down low. Be Levity with it. Looking to make his moves. Backing out. Passing in. But nice on the other end. Late Toast was denying that lane from Vex. So very good brawling from Late Toast. And now on the contest over here. His duel with yet again. Just relentless on the stuns. But now it kind of goes back to what we mentioned earlier in the cast, especially round 1, where, see, Rush is getting a lot of great clears or great defensive plays, but the clears are always recovered by ReeVspawn, it would seem, because of the stacks. Now look at that. That's going to be another fast one. He needs to slap it out of there. He does momentarily. So again, more brawls coming out. Going to that. Oh, the barrier zone, and Vidman finding a home for that 2-point goal. 5 for ReeVspawn in the third.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So thus far, as we see this rollout from Rush, not going to be pressured too much. These 16 points for Vex and 10 for Kaz, and now Levity may be wanting to contribute some based off of this turnover. You'll have 2 teammates up in the front line, and now nice stack though to get back on defense. But the stun, and there you go exactly. Just absolutely abusing that strategy to their benefit. Vex that time, hitting on the stun goalie with a shot assisted by Levity. But very good recognition and timing from ReeVspawn to find their opportunities. On this launch out, Duel will try to find that tunnel pass as the stack bothers him. The shot going through for the bounce, and without an ounce of remorse, Kaznaz making another one. That's his second bounce shot on the night. And he's doing it all right. Here also the compliment there. I think that was Death Creeps. Just saying, yeah, nice shot. Indeed, you know, giving him the props. Nice sportsmanship there. And Death Creeps is going to look for that QB launch. Misses the pass a little bit too strong on the other end. Also overshooting the disc. Just slightly enough for ReeVspawn to recover. Ass going to be off. Good brawl there from Death Creeps. Another good one. He steals it out of the hands. He's going to make a move on goal, looking for the shot. Does not go. He had a really great opportunity there. Some nice moves. Now Dip coming through with another one, backing it into the backboard area. Late Toes going in, but Vidman denying. One more attempt. Duel game, and there you go. Rush. Relentless on that one, rushing the goal over and over. Just hustling for the extra attempts, and finally resulting in a goal for them. And now we do have actually a crash on Rush's end. So 10-2. Seems like the team's either not recognizing it or just not opting for a restart, which they certainly could have there. And it does look like, though, their crash player will return, hopefully in time to come back here on defense. We'll see. It's just going to be a one-on-one, and there you go. Gets it done, Vidman.
At least you got back.
So he did get back in time, so no reset necessary, I do suppose. Didn't seem to play too much of a part in that goal. I mean, it did end up just as a one-on-one, so it could have been worse. It wasn't kind of a gang-up type situation. A Late Toast with a disc there. Gonna try and avoid Kaznaz and passing it off now to Dip. Dip's gonna go down low. And in the goal, you can see Vidman there. Very capable goalie for his team. He's usually gonna be the one in that back line. More often than not. Now looking for that cross pass. Nice little bounce. Duel. Right back to Late Toast. And nice passing. Trying for one more. Good one to Duel. Back to the barrier. And now Death Creeps. Creeping on in off that nice assist. That was some beautiful passing plays from Rush. Back to back now. Some good hustle. And then that one, just some really good patience and collection. They looked very composed as they approached that bubble. Every pass finding the exact mark that it needed to make. And Kaznaz now launching. Getting it to Vex. Going way down low. And passing it off to the hands of a Vidman. Now on this approach up to Nest. Vex is going to take that one in. And indeed. assisted by Vidman there. Vex will collect another one. That's his 20th point. He's going off tonight.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The round has begun.
We're launching out now. Late toast, QBing. Going into the eye of the storm, the Kaznaz storm that is, as he gets punched out, but does get the disc at least clear. Now it will sail past his teammate. Kaznaz there on the recovery. And the clear, but nice positioning there. Late toast. Well done playing the passing lane. The clear lane, that is. As this shot goes through, this pass goes through to Vex. On the other end, looking for a bounce. Maybe, just maybe. On the rebound. Oh, so close, but had to rush the slap shot. But on the second attempt, Kaznaz, he knows where to put it. No doubt about it. He will find the center of that goal anytime he has that opportunity. And he'll make himself a lot of opportunities just like that off the rebound. Very nicely done. Now Death creeps. Quickly, the stack on the intercept. The shot attempt. Bid off the mark. Maybe in still on the rebound. It's going to be Kaz. And at last, we'll find the bottom of the goal. Once again, doing what he does. Just because. About a minute 50 left in this one. ReeVspawn 19-4 advantage. Quick passes will result in this clear off to the side wall. Weighing the back line, just playing it safe as Vidman. Even though they're ahead, still just playing the same way. Not getting too overly aggressive on defense. Just playing that back line safely, and that's what they need to do if they want to keep the differential where it is. Now Levity will find a careful clear. Well, a rushed clear, but nonetheless, it's going to be in the other end. And recollecting. Ooh, just barely. It was almost online. Duel right on time will find the disc. Try for one more slap clear. And then away it goes. So both teams piling up on it here. Duel game coming away with it for another corner clear into the pocket. And again, just a floaty disc at the moment. Not really finding too many. Oh, I was going to say, not finding too many passes, but that was until that one happened. Vidman coming back again. 21-4 now for ReeVspawn, and about 25 seconds left as we close out this third round. Will be ReeVspawn coming away with a win. And Rush, though, maybe in position if they can. Get themselves one more. There's a nice punch. That'll help the case. Another punch. Further helping it. But nope, that will be, in fact, the end of that game. Third round going to ReeVspawn there. And strong collective effort. 21-4 in that third round.
Oh, is that in? Oh, no.
I love my East Coast game. It's so nice.
Always.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Taking a look at those stats real quick. It's Vex the game high 20, 18 to Kaznaz, 9 to Levity, and 6 to Vidman. We have the game high 6 assists for Kaznaz, but his teammates just not far behind. A lot of assists.
Those, but it looked like it grazed you, like barely.
Some saves as well. 48 stuns for Kaznaz, impressively. On the other end, it was Death Creeps and Dip with 4 points. A Duel with 2 points. 2 assists, 2 saves, and a steal from him as well. And the 39 stuns. Again, he's right up there. Second highest of the game in stuns. The 4 saves from Dip. He had some nice ones. Dives on the goal and got the clears off of them. Death Creeps as well. Had some nice intercepts and some steals. Late toast there. Coming through. Just the 3 stuns, but still had some nice positioning on some of them. And I think for Rush, really, I mentioned, again, their defense. They had some nice defensive plays. It was just more so some of the clears were just ricochet into these corner areas, the corner pockets. That kind of cost them at times. And even when they did get the clear, it was really ReeVspawn's ability to find their stacks immediately, which bought them so many extra attempts and recoveries on the other end of the floor. I think that's definitely one of their big advantages, paired with just the patience, and they had some nice passing plays as well. So, well done to them. We'll go to the scoreboard here. Final time. Just check out the round counts. And yeah, you can see about a pretty steady effort across the board from ReeVspawn. 17 in the first, 15 in the second, and then 21 in the third. For Rush, they came through with a pretty nice second round there. Differential a bit wider apart in the third round, but they still did manage to score. So even though they were scoreless in the first, in rounds 2 and 3, they did manage to put some points nicely on the board. And improvement. Game to game, match to match, we're seeing these little things come together for Rush. And ReeVspawn as well, because ReeVspawn was another team who, despite their prior experience, in competitive play, they still got off to a tougher start at the beginning of the season against some tough teams. But ReeVspawn, they look dramatically better, and every time I've seen them, there's improvement there, like week to week, especially since that first scrim session that we had with them, on Eclipse. Like, they're improving at a very rapid rate, so it's nice to see top to bottom these teams coming all along and sticking with it. We're happy to feature them, happy to look at these matches and show the progress, as well as offer all the casting and analysis and whatever we can do to help the cause. But congratulations to ReeVspawn on a good game, and Rush just as well. And looking forward to seeing more from all of these boys in the blue and the orange, just the same. So with that said, we do have ourselves more matches coming up. When we started this stream about 50 minutes ago, we had 3 matches at the same time happening, so I'm assuming all of them are just about over, if not all over by now, and we'll be moving on to one more, which is to say Atlas Megacorp versus Rampage, and I'll be casting that one with Wit on the cameras and probably someone joining me as a co-caster. So that's coming up in about 10 minutes from now. So heads up. And yeah, like you can hear the players in the chat. GG, congratulations to someone's dad. And thank you for joining me. We'll be right back real soon. Take care.